funny because I, I just left the networking event.
My people, my people, my people. What up, though? This is how the terrible start. This cat ain't even in the screen. Get it together, Tefer. Come on, man. My people, what up, though? We live with an episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. My name is Chief. Tell them who you are, Ray.
Oh, no doubt. You know, your therapist, Ray Wilson. No doubt.
That's my man, Ray. We waiting for Bell to come in. He don't obviously know how this works, which I got to give us some grace. This is our first time actually going live, but we wanted to go live and be able to, you know, chat with our people and get some real live interaction. We're gonna start doing a therapy Thursdays, y'all. We're gonna be doing a therapy Thursdays where we have a live therapist in session with us and afford an opportunity for all of our supporters to jump in and, you know, get some shit off their chest, I guess.
No doubt.
This is Mr. I'm Chief. That's Ray, and this other guy's late. So we can go there. You know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself, player.
Me or Ray?
Ray was here on time.
Yes. Punctual.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Bell, 1/3 of All Black Men Need Therapy. This is the first iteration. I should just say, I'm sorry, guys.
Somebody tell him I already said that.
So listen, I was at a networking event that my homegirl, shout out to Sharice Perry. It was National Black Lawyers. I forget, but anyway, it was a phenomenal time.
Mm-hmm.
I rushed home to come on live, so I had to get some bread, you know, to soak up those libations. So, introduce myself. I'm Bell. I already did that. We good, right?
You did, yeah, you did that already.
So
we wanted to, huh?
Also, the countdown kept going for me.
Yeah,
I replayed it a few times because you got up.
Yeah,
You could see me while it was counting down.
They can't see you, but I can see you behind
Oh.
you.
I went twice before I got up. That's why I got up, because I'm like, this is. He needs to get his shit together because this is taking too long.
No, I did that because anywho. So y'all, we
Bell. You didn't answer my question. For Therapy Thursday, do we need Cavassier?
So, in an effort to get up here as fast as possible, I just poured me a beer in one of these cups. But
Okay.
yes, this won't be your last time, right? So yeah, next Thursday, if you got some Cavassier now, I would suggest.
I don't know if people want to talk to a drunk therapist.
Hey, what they say, drunk mind speaks sober thoughts.
No, word. I don't know if that's
Oh
a
my
good
goodness.
a good idea.
Oh my goodness.
Nevertheless, yo, tonight's topic, well, we're gonna check in first, but tonight we wanted to tap into why. I mean, it's our first live episode, so we thought we'd take it back to the origin story and get everybody acclimated with, why we're here and what our goal is. So before we do that, we always have a check-in, yo. And for me, I did a professional development workshop the other day where we spoke on the importance of checking in, just like literally asking our students how they're doing. Like it's monumental in many cases. And I thought over the time, like I've asked the guys on the podcast, like, yo, are we sure we want to continue to keep this check-in in the middle and not just get right to the thick of the conversation? Or do we want to, make the check-in its own section, its own segment and post that? And they were like, nah, let's keep the check-in like it is. So with that being said, we're gonna roll right into it, fellas. It's great to see y'all. Bellhead, check in, man. How you doing? How you feeling? How you living?
I'm doing well. Quick question: what's a synonym for monumental?
Monumental, epic.
All right, because that's like your filler word. Like monumental, you probably use 3 to 4 times every episode.
Okay.
So
you use right.
I use right. Yo, when you said that, and I went back and watched the episodes, I'm like, oh shit, he's right.
Yeah,
but yeah, I do use.
For a while, I was stuck on basically. Basically.
So we all got them then. All right, bet.
We all got them. 100%. But my check-in, every time I hear basically for the record, like repeatedly, I think about the In Living Color skit where it was Mike Tyson and Sugar Ray Leonard as Tommy Davidson, and all he said was Jamie Foxx was playing. He's like, basically, I'm just trying to get myself together, and he kept saying, anyway. Check in. I'm good, man. I could probably. Oh, this is live. I was gonna say this probably won't air for a week or so. But I'm getting information. So, couple things. One, two, I recently, this is news to you, Ray. I recently got, I guess, voted into the board of directors for the Boys and Girls Club. So,
very nice.
Yeah, so I'm now on the board of directors official for tomorrow. But I'll let you guys in on that. But it's official. Well, I found out early this week, but on Monday actually. I sent my bio over this morning. For the it'll be in the Herald, I believe.
So this is the New Britain chapter.
Yes, the New Britain Boys and Girls Club. So that was cool. I've been wanting to be on the board for some time, and timing just wasn't right, and I fortunately had got the timing all squared away. But I got that going on. I accepted a new position last week. So hey, what's up, Ken? Look at that. I like this setup too, Chief. Good job. Shout out to Chief for being the engineer behind all of this. Not the Therapy Thursdays. That was my idea. Yeah, drunk man tells no lies.
I got to teach you the etiquette behind it. Go ahead, keep going. Just keep going. Tell your story. We'll get to that later.
This isn't. Oh, look, man. This is your world. I'm letting you do your thing. This is your world. So you just tell me what you need from me. So I accepted a new position with a different company, but same parent company.
Okay.
Yeah, again, this is news to everybody. So same parent company. So I've been with my current company going on 14 years. I'm moving over to our sister company, but the way it all happened is not public yet in terms of what's going on with my company. But I moved over there, and it couldn't have been a better situation. I'm going to be pursuing a passion, which is diversity, equity, inclusion, and I'm going to be selling. I'm going to be working with C-suite executives to help them achieve their diversity and equity inclusion goals by way of staffing and different initiatives. So I'm not a practitioner. I'm still a salesperson at a high level, but yeah, it's a passion of mine. So I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I'm going to be going to speak to Chief's kids tomorrow, and
forgot about that. Appreciate you though.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Word.
So all is well in the Bellamy household. All is well.
Ray, check in, my guy. How you doing?
Check in. You know what? Checking in means so.
Last time we did this, it was damn near.
I know. I'm trying not to.
No, don't. Do what comes natural, brother. You good?
But it's funny you say check because I always check in with my clients when we first start. I have one of my longest clients. We've been together now. This young lady's made tremendous progress as far as everything relationship wise, employment wise. She's becoming a great mother. And sometimes when she comes in, when you have that relationship, you use people as sounding boards. Hey, you know what? Even though they come there to talk about this session, we always ask each other things that have nothing to do with the goals and objectives of therapy. Basically,
Right.
It's a relationship.
Right.
And I said, the last session we had last Sunday, I said, can I ask you a question? I said, because mind you, she's an African-American woman. What do you, there's so many little variables I could add to this, but I said, I just saw something. Mind you, I'm so busy. Sometimes things just catches me off guard. And the biggest thing was I turned on, everyone's talking about this woman did not want to go to Cheesecake Factory. And I asked her, I know I'm late on it, but I was like, and she's like, yeah, I heard that. I was like, I said, can I ask you a question? She's like, yeah. I was like, is there a list for you? Do you personally have one? Because I'm like kind of taken back by it. And I said, to be honest with you, I'm kind of taken back by all these demands you have of us being men. And the only requirement we have for you is simple. Just, can we get a little respect? That's it. I don't really know a man that wants, I want you to buy me some Gucci flip-flops. You know what I'm saying? So I could be like Future. I want you to buy me the Gucci. You know what I'm saying? I want you to buy me the Versace robe so I can walk around my house like Rick Ross. No, most men just ask for one thing and one thing only. Can I get some respect? And she was like, it's funny that led to like a 20-minute discussion. Mind you, we're only there for an hour. So 20 minutes just discussing necessarily number one, how did you get to that part? How did women get there? You know what I'm saying? And what drove you there? And for a list to be that wide of all these various restaurants that we can't take
crazy.
You to, I'm just like, I like Cheesecake Factory. I'm like, so I'm just, as a check, I'm just totally lost and baffled by that. As far as men and women, we have lost our way, and in immortal words of Chuck D, we have lost our minds.
No doubt.
This is interesting because this can go a lot of different directions. That topic alone, you know what I'm saying? Like it can go in a different direction, because I have a lot of feelings on that, and I share your sentiment. But before I'm not even going to engage, because it's gonna go. I'm not going to
go left.
Yeah. Did you want me to do the intro? Oh, you're checking. My bad.
Nah, we're good. I got some. Listen, man. So I'm good, man. All is well in my world. We talked about the disappointment with the Grammy thing, but I got some new stuff in mind already.
Well, no, but they didn't hear that.
Well, what?
We didn't.
That's right. The
post
episode
that.
didn't come up yet. I think we should still wait till Prentice comes. You know what I'm saying? We do that live with Prentice. But outside of that, all is well, man. I'm moving and grooving. I'm at a different level of discipline right now, and it's a different game. We're investing a lot more into the podcast in ways that's going to help us grow, and holding each other accountable on a serious level. So it's
you sound driven. Dope. You sound driven. You sound obsessed. Are you getting obsessed?
Not quite obsessed yet, but I feel like I have to be there now. Like I have to move, and I have to move.
Ask me, Ray. Ask me, Ray.
Oh, that's you. That's the Mamba mentality. Okay, you got the Mamba mentality. Okay, I got you.
This is where I would normally put in like a sports reference and how I was better than Chief, but what he's gonna say is, when we played y'all, we beat y'all, and
right.
I hit your boy, and he never played football again. So,
oh yeah, I remember that one.
But every time we've played anything competitive and athletically, I've won.
It's like you heard the saying, you play down your competition, right, bro? You know that. You know that.
Yeah, whatever, B.
D1.
D1. You know what I'm saying?
D1.
D1 plus
That's
So-
my name.
12.
D1.
Hey, so about you really think you're better than me though?
Listen, man. Listen.
Hold that.
A bullshit?
Oh shit.
Yo, did you read what Cheryl? Did you read what Cheryl said? She says, "It's not we lost our mind. It's more like she lost her mind."
Yeah,
Yo.
it beats like that.
Oh,
Listen,
my
man.
goodness.
But
Love you.
Wait,
So
you really
we
think you're a better athlete than me?
we
Who
wanted to
hated
talk
what we're
about
talking about.
Oh,
you want to know me? Okay.
we wanted to talk about why we're here in the first place. But I wanted to put something up, Bell, so they could see it.
mhm.
When we started this thing, Bell and I literally had no like clue what we were doing. And I just took the first like 20 seconds of our very first episode, and I wanted this look at how uncomfortable we kind of look. Check it out, y'all.
My people, what up though? Welcome to the very first edition, the very first episode of All Black Men Need Therapy podcast. I am a co-host. I'm the host. He just a sidekick. My name is Chief.
I'm Bell, and he don't run shit around here. Y'all soon find out.
Dude, is that a beard?
Shit was crazy.
That was COVID, baby, right
COVID.
in the height of it. You know what I'm saying?
no,
So we
my
was in.
goodness.
No haircut for I think 8 months.
Dude,
I'm like,
you look a
crazy
hot
because I
mess.
just left the barbershop today. Y'all see me?
You look a
Yeah.
hot mess, bro.
It's crazy. But that's so Ray, that's funny because that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do video. Chief was adamant about video, but I didn't want to do video. I wanted to do
Yeah.
I wanted to do audio only because I'm like, bro, I'm out here looking crazy. We're in my basement.
Mhm.
Like we're not even supposed to be together. We're supposed to be in quarantine, right? Like I don't even want to do this. But yeah, we did it in person, and I'm glad we did. The reason why we continue doing video is because the first episode that was recorded, the audio, I don't remember how we had it, but somehow we had audio and video from two separate entities, but the audio didn't record, only the video recorded. So the only way we were able to capture anything was from the video. So at that point, I became a believer. I'm like, all right, if we didn't do video, we would have never had anything to produce. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it worked out. But we started it. Chief, you want me to just jump into why we started it?
Yeah, go ahead, jump into it.
Yeah. Before you start, can I just say one thing, P? You told me not to be reading the comments, and I'm up here stuck reading them. So I want to apologize.
You got it. So I'll explain to you guys, but don't engage, don't read them, let them go. You can close them so you can't even see them.
I got mine high chat, so I only see when they pop up at the bottom.
Right, that's me. That's what I put them
like
there.
a Muslim bell. When you,
Oh, word?
yeah, that's what I'm like, dude. I gotta stop reading these things.
Oh, that's my girl. Yeah, I was selling bean pies, but I had the Muslim short set though. I had the short set.
So go ahead, bro. Tell them
we started the podcast in I want to say yeah, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Father's Day weekend 2020. Yeah, it was 2020. 2021 I was living in Boston. Yeah, 2020. So so this is where it all came from. So Chief and I, for those who don't know, actually I'm gonna give a breakdown on both of you guys. Chief and I have known each other since we were about 13 years old, 12 or 13 years old, and we grew up together, been best friends since. Ray and I met 18 years ago.
That's crazy, right?
We met 18 years ago. We met.
That's
so
crazy.
When I graduated college, I was working at the at my alma mater, my high school in Britain High School, as the dean of students, where Chief currently works. And Ray was a guidance counselor. What's your title? Social worker. Social worker. Yeah, social worker. So we hit it off. We from day one became workout buddies, really good friends, and have maintained a relationship since then. I don't like when it's just me on here, but whatever. Anyway, that's the breakdown for those who are joining us for the first time. That's the breakdown of how I know these two. Now, as for the podcast, Chief wanted to do a podcast. He just wanted to, right? Like 85 South, I would say, was basically the inspiration for Chief. I posted on my LinkedIn 2 days ago. I'm a behind the scenes guy. I don't like to be front facing. This is not my comfort zone. Because I always wanted to like make moves and nobody knew what I was doing. Like that's always kind of how I roll. Where Chief is literally a performer, travels the world as a poet, a world-renowned poet. So this is his stage. This is where he's most comfortable. Long story short, I declined. I'm like, I'm not doing a podcast, bro. Like, I don't want to be talking to people. And I would always tell you, yo, we're not that important. Like, what are we going to talk about? So one day, fast forward, I remember where I was having a conversation. So one thing that I've always said, due to everything I've been through in my life and everything I've known my peers to go through in their life, one thing I've always said is all Black men need therapy. Like I would always say that. And I didn't have any necessarily scientific basis behind it, but I just felt my experience was shared by so many, by the masses. So that was one thing I always said, like all Black men need therapy. So one day we're talking and his daughter's playing in a basketball game. And at the conclusion, he calls me and she got hurt. Hurt in the game. I think she's 8 or 9 at the time. She got hurt in the game. And he's telling her, again, she got hurt. She hurt her finger. Played through the whole game. He's like, we're just
your mic sounding weird, B.
How about now?
Yeah.
That's got to be about 20 minutes. Is that better? No? You say something.
You sounded weird. So get your mic right.
Oh,
so
finish my story. No, stop.
There you go.
So anyway, we're talking. He's like, "Oh, she was a G. She finished the whole game, and she had a broken finger." I'm like, "Bro, she's fucking 8." Like,
I didn't. First of all, I didn't know her finger was broken. So,
right, which made it worse because my point was, I'm like, long story short, he was excited about her toughness. And what I was saying is, I'm like, dude, she's 8 years old. Like, she doesn't have to be that tough right now. Like, it's okay. She literally had a broken finger. It's okay if she didn't finish the game. There's nothing wrong with that. But we were just going back and forth about in a healthy, super, super healthy dialogue, just about parenting in general. And then how some of the learned behaviors that we experienced growing up spilled over to our parenting. And again, it was a healthy conversation, but at the end of it, he literally was like, I said, that's why all Black men need therapy. He was like, that's it. That's going to be the name of our podcast. And I was like, and I paused and I'm like, I can do that. And he was like, all right, we're recording next weekend, and hung up. And that's how the podcast started. So just from that conversation, but where we are today, we're 3 years in. We have a lot of like an amazing traction going on behind the scenes. Nothing that we can speak about right now, but amazing traction going on behind the scenes. We have a lot of good people that are in our corner, and we are. Oh, go to abmnt.com. Go cop our merch. We got merch out. But anyway, part of me, I always want to feel like we're giving value, right, outside of our conversations. Because what I told Chief and I told the fellas, I'm like, listen, fellas, we started this to normalize vulnerable conversation amongst Black men about their mental health. And I said, check this out. If we're doing our job, we will destigmatize the concept, and more people will begin to do it as a result. So we wouldn't be rare anymore. It wouldn't be a novelty. It'd be more of a commodity. I said, so we have to create some type of validity to what we're doing, where we can give something to the people that's tangible. So from that spawned Therapy Thursdays. So that's how we got to today. And for me, I want to just engage with Ray, and Ray will more than likely be our most consistent therapist on here because that's my guy. But we're going to get therapists from all different practices to talk about coping mechanisms, right? Trigger signs, things like that. Whatever our supporters would need to help get through some situations, because the dichotomy is I go to therapy, Chief used to go to therapy, he doesn't anymore, and Prentice doesn't go to therapy. I go to therapy because it helps me. Chief and Prentice use this platform as their therapy. So what we're saying is, if you don't have a therapist, it's okay, as long as you have somewhere to vent and speak and get these feelings out. Because in 2020, there were so many things going on, and we're like, look, we can't keep this bottled up. Let's start having these vulnerable conversations for the masses so we can talk about what's happening in real time with us. So that's how we started in my basement. We're now in 6,000 cities and 149 countries. So that's a subtle flex for y'all if y'all didn't pick up on that.
Subtle flex. Hey, if you're watching right now, do us a favor and hit that like button. My man Hamp, shout out to This Might Be Risky podcast. Hamp say like, share, subscribe. You hit the like button now, it helps the channel the most. So give us some likes, y'all, while you're here and tapping in. So Ray.
Yo.
General question for you.
Wait, real quick before you ask Ray. Did you know all of that, Ray?
No, absolutely not. It's a hell of a flex. I did not know. You know, I
wasn't talking about the stats. I was just saying like the
backstory,
origin.
Oh, actually, the flex was more impressive than the backstory. So,
hey, that's all that matters.
No, I did not know. I did not know the backstory. Honestly, I didn't know. You know, the first person that told me about the podcast, you wouldn't believe this. It was Winter. Because Winter and I were working together at our middle school.
You should have said
it's for black people anyway.
She was the first person to tell me about it. I was like, what? and so that was the first time I tuned in to become a subscriber to you guys. Thanks to Winter.
It's funny you say that. We appreciate your support, right? But it's funny you say that because my cousin has a store in Hartford, and I was talking to him. I'm like, look, yeah, cuz this was like a month and a half ago, or whatever. He in the hood too, but I was like, cuz I'm gonna drop some merch off for you, so you can sell it if you want. He's like, you got merch? I'm like, yeah, I got a podcast. He's like, you got a podcast? And I'm like, damn, I never told you, huh? He was like, no. He's like, ain't the point of the podcast to tell people so you can get your voice out there as much as possible? I'm like, you're right, but my bad. So my point is, in the beginning, I didn't. Again, it was out of necessity. Like it was built out of necessity. So it wasn't like, come listen to us. It was more so like, no, I need this time to vent, or whatever the case. So, and it's spawned into something greater, and potentially more than we've ever imagined. So. My bad, Chief. I cut you off. Go ahead. Ask your question for Ray.
No. All good. I was just going back on the topic of revisiting why. Ray, from your perspective, why do all black men need therapy?
That's loaded. That's hundreds of.
I was gonna say that's. I'm like, you gonna ask the therapist that? I wasn't privy to these questions before. Yeah,
neither. And to the audience, neither was I. He did not give me a script. So
we're not doing
whatever I give you is coming straight off the dome. Listen, since our inception here, oh my God, the atrocities, the various things we have to deal with as a culture that no other culture has to deal with. Fighting for a place at the table when they don't even want us at the table, having people pretend to like us when we know they don't like us, being in places that we want to go, knowing that when we're there, we're uncomfortable because they're making us uncomfortable. it's so many ways you could go to it. I recently had a run-in, and
Let's talk about it, Ray.
no, I'm trying not to because I'm still kind of tight. I'm still kind of tight.
This is the form, good brother.
But the mere fact that I'm able to stay calm under all conditions, and my son was in the car. I'm dropping my son off at 6:20 in the morning because he goes to a magnet school. And I'm trying not to get the details.
No, Ray. No, we've gone too far to go back.
Okay. Well,
be vague, but I want to hear it.
I don't want to pop a hamstring, so I'm gonna go forward. Okay, 6:20 more. We get up, dropping him to school. I have to drop him off at this high school, right? So I go around this corner, in the school, and this lady is like a white lady. Mm-hmm. She's losing her shit. I'm like, what the? Evidently,
in the morning.
Yes. Evidently, this is at a high school. Evidently, I'm going the wrong way. She's. I'm like, how the hell do I know? There's no do not enter sign. Whatever. I park, and then after Karen goes in, here comes Ken. 6:20 in the morning, and Ken is knocking at my window.
Not the 750. Knocking on a 750 window?
No. Oh, he's touching the beamer. However, I'm ignoring Ken because my kid is in the car, and I'm like, why can't you wait for my son to get on the bus, Ken? Why can't you wait? Because I have somebody in there that I don't want to get out of character. I don't want him to see me out of character for him to believe that, well, anytime I'm stressed or have stressors in my life, this is how I could act because I saw the person that models for me behave this way. And I'm like, no.
Understood.
Ken is knocking, and I'm ignoring the hell out of Ken. And Ken says to me, the number one thing Ken always falls back on. Do I need to call the police? Bro, this is a simple citation. Like, well, what do you think the police going to do? I'm going to tell them, write a citation and put it on the window. I'm not winding my window down for them either. What are you talking about? There was no felony. There's no misdemeanor. There's no infraction. Dude, there was just a misunderstanding. But the mere fact that Ken pulls out the handbook and goes to the statement over something trivial at 6:20 in the morning, it just baffled my mind. But however, I just remained calm and ignored Ken because I understand that this is trivial. Ken, this may be big to you because it's a black person doing it. And that's the only reason why it's big to Ken. Okay, so I know why it's big to Ken.
What happened? You good, Bell?
Is he frozen on your side too, or is this my side?
No, maybe it's your side. He's talking over here.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Bell?
It's probably my side. Okay. Yeah, no, it was a delay.
Right.
It's probably my side.
The problem is we have to know all about them and their tactics.
I don't know why.
I know why you're resorting to that, Ken, because I'm not giving you the I want to say the proverbial fall in line.
What you feel you deserve.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Oh, let me cow tie to you, Ken. Let me wind down my window, Ken. Huh? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. I'm sorry. Next time. No, ignored you. No, my existence is not predicated on you. Your existence is predicated on me because you feel and need to feel some way, feel some form of authority. I'm not going to make you feel authoritative with me here. I don't see you, Ken. I don't see you. So when we say black men need therapy, these are the things that is so layered It's so layered. Hypothetically, you're trying to get a house. Could you imagine how it is in the 60s? A person making up in corporate America wants to buy a house in the suburbs, and all of a sudden it's redline, like, no, we can't sell to you. No, your credit and your money is better than the next guy coming behind you, and they won't sell to you. Man, it's so layered. And on top of that, we have to deal with the frustration of our fathers and our uncles and having that trickle down to us. What do they say? Shit roll downhill. Guess what? Stressors and emotions and all that rolls downhill too. It makes us one of the most sickest medically population, because we endure things that no other population on this planet has to endure. Even the Indians think they're better than us. Everybody wants. I'm not even going to get into Gandhi. Anybody know? Everybody read research on Gandhi. I used to like Gandhi. Read up on that. Never mind. But I digress. So, to answer your question, it's too many variables to even try to pick one. There's no such thing as one. It's almost like pick a thread. Pick a thread and we'll go with that one. And guess what? Because there's a lot of threads. There's a lot of threads to pull. And the thing is, they're all unique. They're all unique. You know, what's family, this family, this family, this family.
We in the first episode we said something like there's never going to be, and we're always going to have something to talk about in regards to the podcast being All Black Men Need Therapy. But one of the things, one of the main things that stuck out to us was just like as simple as like when our moms or whatever would identify us as the man of the house at a very young age. Like we didn't realize it then, but that can be traumatic. Like that's a lot of responsibility to put on a 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old Bell. We remember when you were labeled and identified as the man of the house, and it seems like it's empowering for the kids, but in actuality, it may hold more trauma than we realize. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not to cut you off, Bell, but I know P told me not to do it. P, I'm doing it. I'm sorry. Bagger Toast actually gave an account of him going to Newtown to purchase a home, and they're looking at him, So I'm like, yeah, even today, Bagger, it still happens. Their comfort lies in our uncomfortability. They go out of their way to make us feel uncomfortable. But go on.
I'm sorry, fellas. I don't know what's going. I heard everything you said, Ray, but there's like a delay over here or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, you know what's funny? One of the people in the chat stated the same thing, that there was Tamaya stated that it was a delay as for all, and she's coming out of YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe that was it. Yeah, so for those who just tapping in, we're going over, this is our first episode of being live, and we are just revisiting why we started the podcast and why All Black Men Need Therapy. Prentice is out right now. He couldn't be here tonight. He's got, I think his son has a basketball game or whatever, but we are going to be doing a live Therapy Thursdays on Thursdays, and we're going to have a licensed social worker clinician. We're gonna have somebody with certification that's able to communicate with us and probably help us get some things off of our chest. And eventually we will open up the floor to our subscribers within the comments, and maybe even invite some of you guys on the platform to have these conversations. So please make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and continue to support us. We appreciate y'all. Side note and interruption, we also have our merch out. My man, just put my man up real quick. My man Mo right here. You can go to allblackmenneedtherapy.com. He just sent me this picture, so I figured I'll let you guys all know we have merch out right now. hit allblackmenneedtherapy.com and get yourself some, some gear. We appreciate y'all.
Yo, it's funny. Bell said he has a t-shirt for me.
abmnt.com.
Like, where's mine?
We got it for you. It's
Ray,
in
relax,
the mail.
right?
It's in the mail. It's in the mail.
Like,
it's in the
it's
mail.
It's a bulk order. We're doing a bulk order, and you're gonna get it. You know what I mean? Keep it up, you'll get shit.
Oh my
That's
goodness!
Definitely a delay.
But yeah, but P.
So wait, we're talking about.
Sorry about. Let me just jump in on P one time because it's still so loaded. But I want to piggyback off of what you said, Bell. The number one thing that is important is that we offer each other support, because you got to understand. Again, I don't want to get too black. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get too black into this. But even when you break down the Willie Lynch letter, the number one thing Willie Lynch wanted to make sure was we don't like each other. He wanted to make sure that even the black men don't like each other and don't trust each other. So when you talk about why we need therapy, many men don't even trust each other. You know what I'm saying? We walk down the street fearing our own kind. Like, in what country does that happen? You think in Switzerland, a Switzerland dude is walking down the street and fearing of another Switzerland dude? You think in India, they're walking down the street like, ooh. A black dude is walking down the street with another black dude, something psychologically happens. What is that? And I venture to say it was put there. It was psychologically put there.
I don't believe that there's any. No, I don't believe that there's any debate on that. I'm agreeing with you.
Nope.
I don't believe there's any debate on that. It's like it's funny because I was watching something today, scrolling on Instagram. There was a blue circle on the screen and a red circle on the screen. And the dude started, yo, Chief, you still ain't sent me her stuff?
I ain't even get my stuff. What you talking about? She better
she
not
ain't
get
even talking about that. That's jumping. It's been. Never mind. Keep going.
Wait. Is she in line in front of me? Is she in front of me?
No, this is a whole different. This is a whole different care package.
Yeah, it's a care package that's been,
overdue, long overdue.
Yeah, it's overdue. Yeah. No, so I was watching again. I was scrolling and I came across this. He appeared to be a professor of some sort, but he had two circles on the screen. It was a red circle and a blue circle. He's like these circles, though they may appear identical, one is bigger than the other. Mm-hmm. And he's like, who thinks the red circle is bigger? Who thinks the blue circle is bigger? They all raise their hands for their respective choices. He's like, well, I'm here to tell you that they're identical. He's like, my point in all of this is you can be manipulated. He's like, in the easiest people to be manipulated are those who don't believe they can be manipulated, And he's like, all I did was tell you that these are different circles, different sizes, and you believe me. He's like, it went against your conventional thought, but because I said it, you believe me. So I say that to say, Ray, and I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole because I can, but it's by design, bro. It's by design. Like, these are all, like, there was I can't remember the name of it. Chief, what was the name of the show on Netflix by Kenya Barris?
Black as fuck. Black AF.
Yeah, Black AF. Yeah. And every episode he would give like a recap, and like and all of them had to do with slavery. He's like, this is because of slavery. Like, and people don't want to have that argument because the argument is, well, you don't know anybody who was a slave, this, that, and the third. The story I always tell people is this. Like, there's a such thing as generational trauma, and there's a such thing as like learned behavior. So the story I always tell people is there was a mom. a single mom with kids, with multiple kids. And every year for Thanksgiving, she would cut the wings off the turkey and put the turkey in the pan. And then the kids one time was like, "Mom, why do you cut the wings off the turkey?" She said, "Well, Grandma always did it, so that's what I do." And he was like, "Well, why did she do it?" And she's like, "I don't know." So she calls her mom. She's like, "Hey, Mom, why did you always cut the wings off the turkey to put it in the pan?" So, "Oh, my pan was too small." So she learned to cut the wings off because the pan was too small. She didn't suffer from a small pan. It's just that's what she did. So she cut those wings off to fit a turkey that would have fit without with the wings. But it's psychological. Like that's just what she learned to do. So that's what she does. And that's truth to her. You see what I'm saying? Like not fact, but truth to her.
Mhm.
So it's like
Yep.
you can't enslave hundreds of thousands of people and not have some type of
Residual
psychological
effect.
conditioning. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just not it's not possible. So
Right.
I'm with you, man. Like it's in the rhetoric, it's in the media.
yeah.
It's look, like I said, I
Lots
don't want to go on this rabbit hole,
Lot
but
to
yeah,
unpack.
that's like shout out to Elliot Connie, who's a psychotherapist. He says Black people experience trauma every day,
Mhm.
which
Every day.
is why I feel we need therapy.
Mhm.
Real quick, Ray. I know we're kind of jumping off this. Whatever happened with the situation with Ken, and you may have said it, but I had lost you.
Yeah. So do it. Oh wow. So after I'm ignoring Ken walks behind my car and takes a picture of my license plate. Right? No big deal. So the next day, so now that I did that, Ken's been staying in his car waiting for me. And I look over, I see Ken, and I park and I whip my car right in back
And
of
what's
Ken.
Ken? Is Ken just like a security guard, or
I don't know what Ken is. I don't care what Ken is. Ken is a person who's trying to make me uncomfortable. And I'm letting Ken know, no matter what you do, I'm as comfortable as you want to be, Ken. So I whipped around Ken in back of his car, took my phone out, made sure the lights on, and began snapping his license plate, making sure he could see me. So, Ken, I just wanted him to know, like, listen, you could do it, I could do it. Where are we going to go with here? What are we going to do? And so, little tit for tat, but it's letting Ken know, guess what? Whenever you're ready for confrontation, I'm here for it too.
Hey, word.
Teach a man how to squabble.
You know, but just let my kid get on the bus first, Ken. That's my only contention. Let my kid get on the bus first and take off, and then I got time. Today, I'm gonna have time. I'm gonna make time, and you and I can have that discussion we've been dearly wanting to have. Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
so
Hey,
nothing
Bell,
ever
tell
came
that
from it outside of the tit for tat for the most part?
Huh? What happened?
outside of Ray
There's a
being petty.
delay.
No.
There's a delay.
Oh, believe me, it was petty. It was petty. But you know what? The mere fact that you went into the white man's handbook and said that you're going to call the police. I'm like, bro, what? That caused the pettiness to me. So you know what? Okay, the mere fact you dipped into the handbook, I'm gonna be petty. Sorry.
Hey, Bell, you referenced you have this a cool story you tell when you were talking about how Black people experience trauma every day. Would you mind sharing the story about the snake?
Oh yeah. So Elliot Connie to because the story goes I watched. I don't remember where I saw this, but he said it either on an interview or a live, or I don't remember what. But he was saying that one of his white colleagues, who was very, 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 very well respected in his field, said, you don't believe that black people really go through trauma every day. And he was like, I'm tired of having, basically, he got a little frustrated. He's like, I'm tired of having to explain this. He's like, let me ask you this. He said, if you're locked in a room with a venomous snake for 11 days, but the snake doesn't bite you to the 10th day, does that mean you didn't experience trauma those other 9 days? And she's like, oh, now I understand. Right. So it's like, we don't have to experience atrocity every day, right? Or specific injustice every day. But the mere fact that we have to deal with the potential of it every day is why we need therapy. You know what I'm saying? So that was the story he told.
Now, Bill, let me ask you a question. Is there ever a day you're not reminded you're black?
Never. Not never.
Okay. Just wondering. Because I had a conversation with a white gentleman that I know. You know, we're pretty cool. And something transpired, something racially transpired. And he said, well, you know, I don't walk around looking at people, and I don't walk around thinking that I'm white. And I told him, I'm like, there's never a day I'm not reminded that I'm black, you know, because some of them they don't.
Yeah, I'll go one.
Don't get it. They don't get it.
Yeah, I'll go one step further. White fragility, I forget what chapter it is, but it talks about white privilege is like the absence of having to be worried about your skin color. Basically, this is synopsis, but I'm paraphrasing. But that's basically what that's white privilege, right? Like the idea that you don't have to consider your skin color in any circumstance.
Right.
Here's what I'll say. It's interesting, man. Like, and maybe I'll share this at some point. Maybe I never will, but it's interesting because I'm gonna just say it. Like, and this isn't what I was gonna share, not gonna share, but in 2020, DE&I was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, diversity, equity, and inclusion was cool. So it made sense for everybody to take part or participate in some capacity, right? After the live execution of George Floyd, there had never been a time in our history that companies financially responded by way of dollars to social injustice as they did, right? Every company after George Floyd had a DE&I initiative of some sort. Fast forward to 2023, we go through some economic downturns. Things aren't as lucrative as they were in 2021. And now people are pulling back. And not necessarily dollars they're pulling back. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is this time is showing people who, do you know what this time is equivalent to? This time is equivalent to those who jumped on the Colorado bandwagon. And now some are jumping off because they're not doing what they thought they would do. And it's like DE&I is cool when it has to be cool. But until DE&I is a fabric of your being and not just like, well, I'm going to focus on diversity today. I'm going to focus on equity today. I'm going to focus on inclusion today. Until it's not a part of who you are, like, we don't have a choice. Like, that's what some of our allies, I was trying to explain to them. I'm like, listen, I don't want to hear the narrative that it's hard to build relationships with people of color. Because check this out. That's what we do on a daily basis. We build relationships with people who don't look like us because we don't have a choice. Like, in order for us to do anything, we have to build relationships with people who don't look like us. Why? Because we don't run social institutions, right? Which is a whole nother conversation, which is another reason why Black people can't be racist. So it's like, don't tell me it's tough to get to know somebody who looks like me or to adapt to a different culture, because we adapt to different cultures every day, because they are the ones who are running things. So that's a cop out. You know, like if you just can't care about people genuinely, there's something wrong there. Like, I don't want to hear about your initiatives until I see that you care about people genuinely. And I was reminded of that. I was reminded of that recently, very, very recently. And like I said, I may never share it, but I was reminded of that recently, where it's like those who are for diversity and equity and inclusion when it's convenient. And then when you have a chance to make some real change and make a real move, they know where to be found. So that's the other thing. It's like, in addition to us always having to, what seems to feel like we always have to play from behind, in addition to that, we got to be aware of people trying to rock us to sleep. You know, making you think that everything is equal, like there's equity. And then you rest on your laurels and be like, oh, okay, everything is cool. No, he got my back. He got my back. And then when it's time to have your back, or when it's time to show up in a way that you've been preaching, it's like, you know where to be found. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other thing. So that's trauma in and of itself. Because like now it's like, who can you trust? You see what I'm saying? Like we don't run these institutions. We don't make these decisions. We don't move Congress. We don't move the House. We don't do any of that. So it's like, who has your best interest in mind? And when is it okay to be like, oh, they're a real ally? You know what I'm saying? Because I always say, I remember me and my wife early on, we were dating, and there was a situation, and I explained to her, I was like, look, I'm explaining the situation to you because I want you to be aware of what you're dealing with, because when the chips are down, I need you to know what it is, and I don't need you to feel like it is when it isn't, because then you're going to really be in a world of shit. So this is what's happening in this situation. This is what you need to keep your eyes open for, because this is who that person is. And then it was like, well, I understand. But that's the other thing. It's like, how do you know? Right? Like, how do you know who's an ally, who's not? So I do believe that we do have allies. I do believe that there are people, abolitionists, that are really
your mic is going, and I need you to get your Wi-Fi up, B. Okay.
Right, which is where the therapy, in my opinion, comes in. So I don't know if y'all can hear me. It seems like y'all frozen.
Diversify that Wi-Fi. You know,
we lost you. We lost you in the last, maybe like the last 5 seconds. We lost you, Bell.
Yeah, all that diversity and equity, and you don't got no good Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying, P?
Right. You a guest, Ray. We'll block your punk ass.
No worries. So we've been on for a while, fellas. We wanted to tap it. For those of you tuning in, we appreciate you. Just know we're gonna try to do this every Thursday. Therapy Thursday, where we get on and we can have a conversation. Today was just,
we're not trying. We're doing it every Thursday.
Every Thursday. Today was just the introductory episode where, we wanted to just introduce the platform, let you know we're here. Every Thursday, we're going to have a licensed worker a licensed therapist on the show to.
How else see the chat?
Be able to hear your trials and tribulations, or just the good news you want to share. Remember, we'll have somebody here where you can bounce some ideas off of. But make sure you tell the people that we're here and we have this platform. We're trying to get get the fellas comfortable with the idea of therapy, and I think doing it in this non-traditional sense might be a way to kind of open doors for us to be more comfortable in that vulnerability.
Right. And P, can you do me a favor? Can you give a shout out to all the truckers out there, for everybody that's riding along, listening, that can't get in the chat? Give them a shout out, please.
Huge shout out to all the truckers. I found that a lot of gentlemen who are in the trucking thing have been supporting us greatly. They put the headphones on and do their drive and listen to us, man. Oh, next Thursday, Thanksgiving, Bell. We doing all Thanksgiving?
So, I see Sharice. So, to tell her so.
I'll be in town.
Yeah.
Hey, we might give y'all a quick Thanksgiving episode. It's gonna be a lot of people around. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna do what we do. Get out the comments, Bell. You can read it after.
I'm jumping in. I'm jumping in. He told me not to jump in. I'm jumping in. I'm jumping in.
Yo,
Oh, Ray,
so
Ray
give
Wilson,
him
Ray, you're commenting live.
give him
Oh,
a
my
last
bad,
minute
go
gem, for the people. Ray, your final thought / last minute gems.
Yo,
Who?
our
Ray.
boy LFJ, you talk trucker here.
Me?
That's how I discovered y'all. Good stuff.
That's Larry.
Yo,
That's
shout
Larry
out
Frank.
to my
Salute.
boy.
Salute
Oh,
to my
that's
man,
my
Larry Frank, man.
That's my guy. Larry Frank, what's up, brother?
No
Over at
doubt.
the Aunt Davis. Shout out, baby.
Yo, thank you. I just
Who's
got
supposed to be
off
giving
the
the
road from a left. Aunt, you know Aunt?
Frozen.
Yeah, Aunt hit us up too. Ant's been a big supporter, man. Say he was
No
yelling at
doubt.
us because we wasn't consistent with these episodes. Like, where y'all at, man? You know what I'm saying? So we here.
Aunt
We
working
here, Aunt.
hard. No doubt, Aunt. We got you. We got you. No doubt, brother.
Hey, Larry Frank, we're gonna have to tap in with y'all, man. We gotta learn some gems on how to do this live thing the right way, man. For real. But go ahead, Ray. Give them some last minute gems. Final
That's
thoughts.
big gems, man. Final thoughts, man. Listen, find a support group, and we all going to go through it. I have a client right now. He's 68.
Wow.
He's 68 years old. He's homeless. Very smart individual. He and his partner fell out, and somehow or another he fell on hard times. And he kept telling me that I'm 68, I'm 68, I'm 68. And I had to rebut to him, there's no chronological age that stressors and trials does not take place, and because my whole thing to him is stand up. He was like, I'm trying to tell you, he was like, don't tell me to stand up again. I was like, listen, stand up. It's not just a cute phrase. I need you when you face hardship to somehow get upset, scorch this earth to make sure you get back to your baseline functioning. You cannot sit down and take this. You have too many, especially this gentleman. You have too much knowledge base. You're too intelligent to be going to be carrying on like this. And me, I'm trying to get him spark anger. Guess what? People, scorch this earth to get what you want. Do not take what people are giving you. There's so much more out there for you. Do not accept what is given as a handout. Don't take it. There's so much more out here for you, and scorch this earth to get it. Go get it. It's there for you. Do not allow people to tell you it's not for you. No, it's just not for them. Go get it. Bam.
Now that's how you supposed to shoot. From now on, that's how you shoot.
Bellhead.
Good job, bro.
Final thought, my man.
My shit is really,
We can hear you, but you need to get it together.
what I need to get together, Chief?
Your Wi-Fi.
Yes. Yo,
Right.
you know what?
Right,
We need to take a donation.
Right.
No, okay, my bad. Okay.
Right. All right. You
I'm a
wilding
guest.
right now. You wilding. You a guest. That's gonna be my new shit, Ray. We're gonna be out to lunch.
You're a guest.
You say something like, "Yo, you wilding? You a guest?"
Go ahead, Bill. Tap it in.
Look, man, this was good, man. I feel like it's been a while. Well, it has been a while since we've been live. We've been recording, but a lot of them, most of them, all of them, we haven't released yet. So, I mean, shit, Ray, we interviewed you like 7 weeks ago, and that's not releasing until this. Hey, Larry Frank,
Hey, yo.
that comment was crazy.
Yes,
First
I'm
and
looking at it,
foremost.
and I'm like, whoa. I'm not even acknowledging
I
it.
think I
I'm
know
not
what
even acknowledging
I think I know what you was trying to say,
it.
and I
Yes.
respect you too much to think otherwise. So, but the comment was crazy. Like, there's a better way to say that, my brother. But I get you. I get you. Again, this is why we need therapy, right? Why did my mind go there? Like, why did I think like? Anyway, final thought for the check-in, or for the wrap up. Be consistent. That's my final thought, man. Be consistent. We spoke about this at length, the fellas and I, how we may not have been consistent as we would always have liked to be with the podcast, but we've been going for 3 years and have recorded over 100 episodes. So
Wow.
that's allowed us to have the support that we have from you guys, because again, it may not have been every week, but it was every month, even if it was once or twice. And we appreciate you guys for sticking with us, and we will continue to be consistent in our and you'll see, right? Nothing I want to talk about. I put a gag order on Chief because he'd be trying to tell y'all stuff before it even come to fruition. But we had a lot of good stuff going on, so we appreciate everything. And if there's any gem I can drop, is just continue to be consistent and stay disciplined.
No doubt.
For me, it's the same old, man. Tap into your circle, find or curate your own safe space, and be able to get some of this stuff off your chest, man. We'll be back sooner than later. Episode with Ray drops tomorrow. Drops live tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Yeah, it's Friday. Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh yeah, it drops in an hour and a half.
Yeah, so episode drops at midnight. If you want to tap into the conversation with Ray, it was a good conversation. But do us a favor and like, share, subscribe. If you're still on right now, go ahead and hit that like button one time for the one time. Subscribe and tell your people to tap in with us next Thursday. We'll do a better job of promoting it on our social media pages and whatnot.
Thanksgiving.
So
Ray, did you not remember what you just put, man?
Oh,
what better time to go live than on Thanksgiving? Everybody gonna be in a turkey coma.
Yeah, but Thanksgiving. Listen, a lot of stuff going on Thanksgiving. Them families get together. Uncle Peanut in the kitchen wilding out. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna fight and argue. It's a spades game gonna go wrong. They're gonna need a little bit of therapy.
No doubt. To all my truckers, I'm gonna have a little glass of Cavassier. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, to keep me warm.
Hey yo, that's crazy too. Hey, we do know your heart, Larry. We know your heart, brother. That's why we ain't really go too crazy. We know your heart. Yeah. We appreciate you.
Oh man.
Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool? Do us a favor, man. Hug a black man today.
Oh, no doubt.
Come on, Bell. You got a cover for Prentice, man.
Do it, man. My bad. You gotta prompt me.
And tomorrow.
Do that shit.
Yo, we out, y'all.
Good.